What's up and welcome to another episode of the Scott and Ian Show on the SBL podcast. Today, who doesn't love a little holiday buyer's guide? I join up with the amazing Sharon Reynolds. I take her through what I consider to be the best gifts. She has some pushback. She has some ideas. You looking to give a list to your relatives, to your loved ones, to your spouse? You looking to get a bass player a cool gift? You actually just maybe looking to get yourself a cool gift for this holiday season? Treat yourself a little bit, maybe? Well, you're in the right place. Check it out. I've got all the cool stuff, and I'm going to tell you all about it in this episode. Before I do what's going on at SBL, I'm so glad you asked. I'm going to tell you today, Monday, the 11th of December, Rufus Philpott is in the mentor seat talking about the melodic minor scale and specifically melodic minor secrets. Ooh, that sounds good. It's also the last mentor session of 2023. If you attend those mentor sessions, you know how amazing they are. I'm a part of them. I feel thrilled to be a part of it. So check it out. Last one on December 11th with Rufus Philpott, Melodic Minor Secrets. Also, there's a bass hang coming up with me. Bass hang number 134. I'm going to be doing it. It's Tuesday, the 19th of December. So don't worry. There's some more live stream action before we cross over into 2024. I'm going to be playing some bass, talking about some gear, answering all your questions, maybe even playing and breaking down a song that I've done recently for a session. So check out that bass hang only if you're a member at SBL. Also, the Jazz Accelerator right now is open for enrollment. Head to masterjazzwithscott.com. Did you get that? masterjazzwithscott.com, all spelled out. Check that out for more info. And that's all I got. I was looking down. Is there more stuff? There isn't. Let's get to this episode. Shaz, happy birthday. First of all, I must say happy birthday to you because it was your birthday yesterday.
It was my birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday. How old are you? I know I'm not supposed to ask you, but tell me. How old are you? We need to know.
Oh, I'm 27, Ian.
27's the rock star age. 27, right? It's like it has a terrible connotation because it's the year that all the rock stars committed suicide, right? Or died.
Yep. Well, they say that if you make it past 27, you're good.
Good to go. Okay, good. Yes.
So I just gotta hold on for one more year.
Yes. I hope you're feeling mentally stable. This is the year. That's not funny to even joke about. It's not funny. Who'd we lose? We lost Kurt Cobain. We lost Janis Joplin.
Ooh.
We lost. There's so many others. People listening are like this person. But happy birthday! I took it pretty macabre there. Happy birthday! What'd you do?
Ooh, I went to the dog park, which is my regular morning, and Boston decided to gift me the most wonderful day and just pour all day rain.
Oh,
which would usually be a bad thing, but my dog loves rain and she loves water, so the park was half pond, half grass.
Yes.
So actually, we had an amazing morning out in the rain, freezing our butts off. But other than that, it was like really, really good. We came home. Friends had broken into my house and prepared a huge, amazing breakfast.
Oh, that's
all just laid out.
That's so nice. That's the break-in you want.
I know, right?
You're like somebody broke into my house. You're like, oh, it's my friends.
And then it's like, oh, there's free food.
That's amazing.
I didn't have to make.
That sounds so cool.
It's very nice. And then in the evening, afternoon. Oh, and I went climbing with my friend. It was very nice, which I've recently gotten into.
Awesome. I've seen some climbing vids on your Insta. You're a beast.
Well, getting there. And then, Ian, this is the best thing ever, and I recommend you take your kids there.
I can't wait.
We went to this place called Level 99, and it's essentially this, like, 2023 version of an arcade. Where fun. It's like, they had, like, axes, and you had to run through.
I saw the video of you running through the axes. Yes.
That was just like one thing, and there's like 40 to 50 rooms, and it's like little escape rooms, and they go from physical exercises like swinging on ropes to like little islands and making it across, and you have this like armband, and you have to tap it, and it gives you points and stuff.
Oh, fun!
It's like super like immersive video game experience. It's glorious.
Oh, I bet. That sounds super cool.
It's very good. And the food was really good as well. It was really, really
Bonus.
good.
Because, you can't be running through axes on an empty
No.
tummy.
No. Well, actually we did, and then we ate all after.
Yeah, yeah,
But it
yeah.
was fine.
That's great. Oh yeah, my son Dash loves stuff like that. We've got trampoline parks over here that we go to sometimes, and my sister, who does stunts, have you met Paige yet?
I have not met her yet, but I
Okay.
will.
Yeah,
It
you
will
will. You totally
happen.
will.
Yes.
She when she's out here, she takes him to like open gym classes and stuff, and they do gymnastics, and
Oh my god.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. I was going to tell you, actually, speaking of Dash, the reason I'm late to record this podcast today is because Dash was like, Dad, it's going to be Thanksgiving, and and I know you have to work a little bit, and would it be okay if we made breakfast for Mom because she's going to be cooking in the evening, breakfast in bed? And I was like, oh. So credit to Dash, it was not my idea. I made breakfast for my wife this morning, breakfast in bed, which is not a usual occurrence. I mean, typically maybe on Mother's Day, right? But also Thanksgiving. But I also have to say, partly it was to make up for me realizing that I hadn't told her that my flight out to the UK to do content batching was a day earlier than she thought it was. I had thought I was heading out on Saturday. It's Thursday today. It's Thanksgiving. You guys, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Sharon, happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Yeah.
Turkey Day.
Happy Turkey Day. I was like, oh, yeah, it's cool. We're going to do Turkey Day. And then Friday, we're going to be chilling. Saturday, I don't leave till late. Oh, no. Sorry, Ian. You took a look at your itinerary. Asshole. Oh, you're actually leaving on Friday. Broke that news to her this morning.
Oh
But
no.
then
But
brought your
here
girl a
the
plate of
kids
eggs.
made you breakfast.
She was like, I hate you, and this is delicious.
But I still hate you, but like with
Yeah,
like a full mouth.
oh God. Yeah, just a mouthful of like eggs and toast. Like, I hate you. Sorry, Emily. That's the way the cookie crumbled. I'll tell you what, I struggle with like schedule management. And I'll get in my head of like, oh yeah, this is happening that day. And oh, it's written down the correct way in another place. But then does that ever happen to you? Or are you like super on it? I feel like you're more on it.
I'm a little more on it, maybe,
Yeah.
but I'm not great either. I feel like I used to be a lot better.
I feel like you're just
And
saying that
there's
because
no,
to
no,
be
it's
nice
like
to me.
gotten literally worse where I never used to double book, and now I feel like I go into every day with like the fear of like, oh god, I feel
Oh
like
my
I double
God.
booked something.
Give me your worst double book story. Worst double book. What happened? You got one?
I do have one. Oh no,
Tell
I
us.
hate this
No,
one.
tell us.
Oh
Tell us. I'll tell
God.
you one too.
All
Tell
right.
us.
So this was middle of COVID. This is like height of COVID. Maybe June 2020.
Yep. That's height of
Everyone was
COVID.
like, and I was still in New York.
Yes. Oh
Like
God.
holed up, not leaving anywhere. And then you had this ethnic group of Indians
Yes.
who did not seem to give a shit. So they were doing weddings left and right, and they needed bands, and we needed money.
Amazing.
So we were like
Amazing.
sneaking out to do these gigs, and then we kept doing that. We would be like masked and everything, and then like the parties would just be like literally hundreds of people, no mask, nothing, and we'd be like,
Yeah,
it was like
right.
really scary. And then eventually it kind of became normal within this group of ours. It was like 5, 6, 7 people.
Like, we're a pod. Who cares?
It's like, we're
Sure.
like, we're keeping ourselves safe. And then one of them was like, hey, I'm recording for this like festival because it was going to be remote. And then this other festival, and then this other festival. Could we just like batch for 3 days? So we went to the recording studio for 3 days.
Yeah.
Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was like, yeah, cool. For like June, I don't know, 21st, something like that. I think that might actually have been the date. And it was, when I agreed to that, it was like a month out. So I kept thinking it's a month out, even as the closer we got. It's like a month out. It's just always a month out.
Ocean of time. Yes.
And then Yogev, who had planned a like camping trip with his brother and like sister on, like Yogev's sister-in-law and the kids and me. And I was like, yeah. And I've never been camping. So I was like getting really pumped about this. And they were like, yeah, the weekend of the 21st. But they weren't saying the weekend of the 21st. They were just saying weekend in 2 weeks. I was like, yeah.
You're like, sick,
yeah.
can't wait.
And then eventually, my drummer friend calls, who's the one who's on the session, and he was talking to Yogev because drummers just randomly call each other. And he was like, yeah, for the session tomorrow. And he's like, what session tomorrow? He's like, well, the session with Rini and whatnot. We're doing. And he's like, Sharon, do you have a session tomorrow? And I was like, no, that's in like a month.
You're like, dun, dun, dun.
And we were literally like, we were supposed to leave for like Boston in the car, like that same night or the next morning, something like that. And I was just like, I can't go camping. I obviously had to do the gig. I can't say, sorry guys, I'm off. I'm going to go camping.
Oh, wow. I was just going to ask
you.
I was going to be like, what did you choose, the gig or your relationship?
I felt so bad. Ian, I cried for the rest of the day. I shit you not. I felt like such crap.
Oh, you chose the gig, Shaz. Yeah, well, guess what? A lot of people do the same. That's amazing. But I know what you mean. It's like you can't call up your work. I know exactly what you mean. You can't call work and be like, sorry, I had plans to go camping with my boyfriend.
None of that.
Oh my God, that's great. Yeah, I know. It's
at least if there was like subs left and right, but nobody was in town. Like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And it's not like easy. It's like Indian fusion music. Oh yeah, let me just go find the guy next door who clearly knows how to play random originally written Indian fusion music. It's like,
it's not happening. Like, you're the person for that gig. Yes, I know what you mean. I mean, similarly, when I was in my 20s, I was in a band. I'm still in it technically, but my old rock band called Down and Above. We just had a really fun reunion show that was so fun. But back when we were really like doing it, and like my whole life was geared toward that. There was something where, we had a show and all right. And then I was out doing something else, just being 25 probably and doing something else with my time. Just probably at a diner. I love to go to a diner by myself and I would eat pancakes and just drink coffee and hang out. I love actually eating meals alone. Do you know that about me? Yes. I love eating meals with people.
Why specifically alone? Does it like let you immerse yourself in the food more?
Yes, but it also is just like a small moment for me. Sometimes I'm on my phone, but sometimes I'll put my phone face down. And I'll try to like take stock in, I'll be with my thoughts. I'll be people watching. I'll be noticing things. It's just like it's actually kind of like a Zen time. I'm not talking while I'm eating. I'm focused on the task at hand. So there I am, right? And I'm eating a meal by myself, a cherished alone meal. And my, Nokia flip phone rings. And it's my boy, David Young, in Down and Above, who's like, hey, man, where are you? And I was like, I'm eating pancakes at the diner, bro. Where are you? You want to pop over and interrupt my alone meal? And he's like, no, I'm at sound check. And I was like, and and your blood goes cold. Like your body fills.
That, like everything blast. Just gets weak.
Yeah. It's the worst feeling in the world. Just the ice water that goes through your body. God. And I was like, and then it dawned on me, right? We had this big show at this big cool venue called the Quest in Minneapolis. And I was like, I need to pay for this right away, and like hightailed, and it was late and everybody was stressed. And, and then after that, my boy, David Young, who is my bestie to the end, met this guy when I was 13, right?
Wow.
And we're still friends, thank God. And more because of him than because of me, I tell you what. But he had essentially like an intervention with me where he came over. He's like, hey, man, put on some coffee. I'm coming over. Like after that weekend. And he came over and he had bought me a planner. This was like pre-iCal. And, he was like, hey, I need you to use this. Like it isn't just affecting you, it's affecting me. and other people in your life, and you need to get this together. And I was very grateful.
That's
and
a
I think
good friend.
it is a good friend. He's incredible. Shout out, Dave, man. But it didn't solve it, right? I still struggle, but I would like to say that I'm better. But occasionally it slips through the cracks, like
Do you
today.
find, well, I mean, first of all, we're both technically off, and yet here we are. I remember distinctly writing to Phil and being like, hey Phil, I'm taking off 22nd to 25th because it's my birthday, and then it is Thanksgiving, and then it's Friday, so I am definitely not coming back into work on Friday.
Well, and yet I know here we are. I'm just talking about the flight thing, but yeah, it's because, well, hey, thank you very much, because we needed a podcast. Scott's on vacation, I'm heading out to the UK. You came in clutch. And I gotta say, before we move on, we're gonna do this like buyer's guide gift segment. I'm so pumped about it. I've got thoughts for you guys. Sharon,
have
I've got
no
thoughts
idea
for you
what
too.
this means.
Oh,
exactly. I need help and
I am
guidance
so
on
excited.
this. I'm like, what are you gonna buy? I don't know. Do you have the tuner, a strap?
I will say this though, before we do it, I have to show everybody this, because I don't know if they've seen it or not. But before we dive in, it is just really important to me that I show you on my phone the latest reel from Sharon Reynolds.
Oh no.
It's right here. Here we go. Scott and I
don't know how to play this. Ian, before, he was like, oh, dude, we need to learn that. And I was like, dude, we do not need to learn that. Noobs.
And then Sharon plays it beautifully, by the way. And then she quotes the tune.
Some might call that a nuclear burn.
Oh my God, we did this video on the wall, and there was this nasty, I mean, it was like, probably video 3 of like a content batch day. And I was like, hey man, we got to learn that riff. And Scott's like, nah, we can just show people the artist playing the riff. And then in the edit, Sharon was like, I'm gonna learn that riff, and murdered it. It's in like 23:16 or something.
Fun fact. So there's a couple of things here. It's not in 23. The initial notation that we received was wrong. We went in and fixed it. It's actually in 11. But also,
so much easier.
Ooh, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, objectively speaking, 23 is significantly harder than 11.
Yes,
I'm not saying 11 is as easy as 4. No,
right.
You have to get used to it. But
right.
23 is like, I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, right.
But also, in everyone's defense, and except, I believe it's Percy
Jones.
Yeah,
yes. Percy Jones with Brand X. That's right.
And I hate that I'm saying this because I'm going to get roasted. Was very sloppy on that recording because wait, the reason the notation came in as 23:16 is because in the beginning, the first like 3 to 4 bars where he's playing without drums, he is in fact playing 23:16. And then when the drums enters, he keeps going, and it's incredibly sloppy, and his one is always a 16th note off with the drums until like 4 repeats in, and then he finally gets in on the 11. I wouldn't say he's sloppy if he was just doing it when he's playing it alone, but he kept doing it when the drums was playing, at which point I'm like,
would you say he was sloppy if he were on the call?
Maybe. I'd be like, were you high?
Well, I mean, what was that, like late 70s or something? Oh my God, I love it. Shaz just on the call, just kicking Scott and my ass on Instagram and calling Percy Jones sloppy. The bass community is coming for you with torches, dude. It's amazing.
It took me 45 minutes to get that line at that speed. I did not know the line. It took me 45 minutes. And 35 minutes were spent me trying to figure out whether it's actually 23 and I'm an idiot, or it's 11 and he fucked up.
Right.
So
right.
That's why I'm like, sir.
Oh God. Just a little backstory on Sharon being a beast of a bass player. Like, I didn't quite know. And Sharon came on doing video editing for SBL. And there was a moment where she had transcribed. We did a shoot with Henrik Linder. And I know you remember this. We did a shoot with Henrik Linder in London. And Sharon was like, I'm going to give you a transcription challenge, Henrik. And he was like sweat, and like, okay. And she's like, I transcribed something of yours and you need to tell me what it is. And like showed it to him and he's looking at it and he's sweating. The beads, I swear to God, are coming down.
Got it.
He did. But I feel like you maybe had to give him a little hint. All that to say, Sharon can transcribe anything. She's a frickin' beast. She puts the work in. I'm talking to you like you're not here. You can transcribe anything. You put the work in, you kill it. It's amazing. It's one of the many reasons we all love you, Sharon. One of the many. You're the only person on the planet that can call Percy Jones sloppy.
No,
So you're gonna get roasted.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get roasted. I'm calling him sloppy in this instant.
Maybe he'd take it. Maybe he'd say, yeah, you're right.
In this instant.
Hey, should we talk about some gifts? I mean, it's the holiday season, right? This is coming out before Christmas, correct?
I believe it's going out like very soon. Yes.
Very soon. Okay. The funny thing is, I was actually talking with Emily, who was still like moderately pissed at me this morning, but about
what? Why?
yeah, about this thing. And we were like, what's the weirdest thing? It's like when music creators or like, people that are in their lane, they maybe review bags or they review tech or whatever, and they make these buyer's guides, but their whole channel is people that participate in their thing. So it's weird to make a video like being a bass player about like gift ideas for the bass player in your life, because it's just what we should actually be doing is making a gift guide for the significant other in your life. Like I should be like, Sharon, what the fuck do I buy for Emily? You know what I mean? Right? Or like you should be like, Ian, what do I buy for my boyfriend? Right? Like that's what we should be doing. And besides, I didn't name a name because I'm not sure if you're still coupled with the person that I would have named the name. So that's why I used the catch-all boyfriend instead of the name.
It's complicated. It is the same person, but it's very complicated.
Okay. Fair play. So it's weird that I'm not going to recommend a channel full of bass players, different chapsticks, different lotions and candles, because it's predominantly men. My guess is it's predominantly straight men. And it's weird that I'm now going to talk to you guys about bass gear, but it's what you want anyway, isn't it?
What if your significant other, what if you could like woo them into wanting to learn how to play the bass and then you get to give them that guy?
I don't think it's happening.
Really?
I don't think it's happening.
Emily's badass. She could like.
Oh, yeah, she's a badass. But guess what she's not going to spend her time doing? Playing the bass. It's not going to happen.
Even if you like present it as a challenge. Like, I feel like if Emily started playing the bass, she would very quickly kick your ass.
God.
At which point, that is
true.
an amazing challenge. And I feel like she should go for it.
I just never want the two of you in the same room. You're going to fill her head with all these crazy fool ideas, Sharon. I don't want it. She doesn't need to be thinking that way. She already is like, hey, she'll see something aesthetic on a bass, like pickup covers. I've told the story before of like, I take them off because they're in the way. And she's like, hold on. Yeah. You have to leave that on. Do other people leave them on? I'm like, well, occasionally. She's like, man up. And I'm like,
I love this story. There are very few things that I love more than this very story.
Yeah, that's the one. I was just like, yeah, I've got these pickup covers on this bass. They got to go away. And she's like, no. She's like, have other people learned to play with them on? Yeah. It's like, man up. So I went in between. I took the bridge cover off. I left the front pickup cover on. And guess what? I actually got freaking used to it and love it. But I digress. I'm starting the buyer's guide for the bass player in your life right now. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe you need to treat yourself. Huh? Humble podcast listener. Maybe you need to treat yourself to a little something for the holidays. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's no significant other and you got some cash burning a hole in your pocket. Right? Hey, look, this isn't going to be crazy expensive. And I'm going to dive in. Now, are the first few exciting? No, but would you love them? Yes. I want to know, Sharon, if you would like these things too. If I got these, I would be pumped. I'm starting out. It's pretty boring, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm starting out. Get the bass player in your life a pack of microfiber cloths. Look at your face.
Well, wait. The neat person in me would not use them for my bass because I have enough. I would just like them because my house gets very dusty very
Well,
quickly.
see,
And I don't
multi-purpose.
like...
But I'm telling you, like, okay, stuff like this in a stocking, it tells the bass player in your life that you care, I mean, hopefully it doesn't communicate like your basses are disgusting as hell and you need to clean them all. But I think, boy, a pack of multicolored microfiber cloths, come on, especially if the bass player in your life does not buy these things for themselves. That's number one. Are you ready for number two?
Are you getting them a multi-pack, and are they multicolored?
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh, all
Multi-pack, multicolored. Hey, side note, just you guys need to know this. This is going to be the most truthful, transparent, zero agenda gift buying guide of all time because we're not sponsored by anyone. You know who the sponsor of the SBL podcast is? SBL. Yes. So there is no way that like the microfiber, we don't even have affiliate links on Amazon. Now, if I had my life better together, like ducks in a row, I'd be like, oh, and click the link and you can support, SBL's channel, or click the link and you can support me. Or Sharon, do you have affiliate links?
No, I tried for a split second there, and then there was a lot of text, and I just ADHD me ran away. I could not get through that.
That's my problem too. I'm probably undiagnosed ADHD, but I definitely can't seem to get my act together. So look, all of these things that I'm going to recommend to you, you can just go buy them on your own. You don't have to think like, oh, well, if I click that link, it supports. Nope, there's none of that. And so then there's no one factoring in to these recommendations. I'm not recommending anything to you today that like directly benefits me, that directly benefits Sharon, that directly benefits the SBL channel. And I think that's nice.
How quickly can you set up an affiliate link? Can I do this right now? And I'll just add them all. Everything that you're doing. Everything that you're measuring. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get money.
Hey, now look, next year might change because, hey, we're moving and shaking. Hey, huh? We're moving on up.
I want to say, rather than affiliate links, I would prefer SBL branded microfiber cloths.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
Right?
Well, if you want SBL branded microfiber cloths, you are going to be pumped about the second thing on the list, the paintbrush. Now look, you scoff, Shaz, you scoff. But let me just tell you, there's dust in your life, right? There's dust in your life. There's dirt. There's grime in all of the crevasses on your bass. You take your bass, right? You take your bass and you look down at the pickups and you're like, God, look at all the... And then you do this and you're like, holy crap. All the weird dead skin cells and the dirt they're gone. Look, you get in the bridge. Check that out. Look at that.
Ooh.
Little ASMR. Right? Get in there. Right? And then, also, are you kidding me? Check this out. You've got a pedal. Oh, your pedals get so dusty. Hey, huh?
Oh, they do, actually.
Look at this. Right in between the knobs. Oh, I just saw dust go off of my pedal. Look at this, watch.
We can tell Jack to edit and post like a whole...
Yes. Oh, listen. That's satisfying, right? That's very nice.
You know what the saddest part about this entire thing is? This is not the first time this week that I'm hearing Ian talk about this brush.
It's true. You guys, check it out. You can get kind of like a coarse, bristled paintbrush from like a hobby store. I think we got this at Michael's, which is a craft store. You can pick this stuff up, obviously, at a paint store, but you can also pick them up on Amazon, I'm sure. No affiliate links provided, but they're like $1. I think I got this brush for 99 cents. Listen to me. Yannick Wisdala calls this the tone brush. I wish that I would have thought of that first. And he brushes all his pedals and he says after he does it, everything sounds better. Love it. Tone brush. So thank you, Yannick, for that amazing name. This is absolutely critical for the bass player in your life. Shaz, I'm getting you one too.
Yeah, I don't have one. I might need one. I have paint brushes, I guess, that I use for painting. Maybe I can use one of those.
Oh, it's the best thing ever. Oh my gosh. And the excitement grows. Are you ready for the next? This is so dumb, but I'm still going to say it. Oh, are you ready? Here we go.
My expectations are so low.
1/4 inch sheet metal plugs.
Oh, wait.
Now, Now you look at these little two black pieces of plastic, you squint at them because it's difficult to see because they're so small. But what you do is you order 1/4-inch sheet metal
and you put
plastic plugs, and then all right. Here is the Humble Boss OC3. Wow. There's a lot of jacks to plug in on this, right? There's so many. Guitar in, bass in. Wow. Out of the backside of it. Direct output. You never need to plug in to 2 of these holes ever in your life. But on a dark stage, you plug into the wrong one. You screw up sound check. I'm going to put a plug right in, guitar in. Look at that. Huh? Look at that. Oh, one choice on the backside. I'm just going to do this. And now you have effectively solved your dilemma. Also keeps dust and grime out of there, huh? Right? You can do this on the backside of your amp so that you're not plugging into the wrong speaker port. This is clutch. If you buy this for a bass player in your life and you tell them what they're for, they are going to freaking love you. It's the most thoughtful gift in the world, and it is very inexpensive. Sharon, if I got you a pack of these, would you be pumped or pissed?
I think those are 2 very extremes. I, however, would definitely be pumped about this one. I also say I think these 1/4-inch things.
Yeah, sheet metal plugs. Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
It's actually metal. It looks like rubber.
No, they're rubber. They're plastic, right?
Oh,
but they're
okay,
for
okay,
sheet
gotcha,
metal.
gotcha.
They're like to plug holes in walls or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But they're perfect for 1/4-inch jacks. They're the absolute most amazing thing. I have them on all the jacks that I don't use on everything, so that people aren't plugging into the wrong thing. It's the best. Telling you,
agree.
it's the best.
Out of the 3, I would say that is the most essential. Because, and I know that the others are essential, but I think the others you can use other things and like makeshift stuff to get the job done. Might not be as good. But this one, it's such a unique piece.
Yes.
Like, what are you going to shove in there?
Right. Totally.
So I
You
would say
have to
that
have
one
that.
So far has got my main vote.
Hell yeah.
Number 1 ranking.
That
Oh,
makes me very
I'm going
happy.
to rank these, all right?
Please rank
I'm
them.
using my phone. I'm getting my phone. All right, I'm ranking
Rank them. We
these.
had microfiber cloths. We had paintbrush. We had 1/4-inch plugs.
Oh man.
I'll tell you what, you got to rank them. Now, are you ready for number 4? You're not even ready. Here we go. Check it out right here, you guys. Strap blocks. Now listen, if the bass player in your life does not use, well, first of all, if they stand up and play a gig, they're using a strap. So that's 99% of bass players, right? And sometimes people have got the strap lock systems like Dunlop strap locks or Shaler, or the metal things that click in. So then, okay, if you use that, you're a nerd, but that's fine. Just kidding. I used to use those. I don't use those products anymore because they squeak. I would always plug those things in and they would like, they would like squeak. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So these, check it out. You put a strap on your bass, right? So say you pop the strap on, right? I have one right here. Maybe it's a little foreshadowing. You pop the strap on. Look at this. You take the lock or the block, put it over the top. Is this a purple one that sort of matches my bass? Oh my gosh, is it? Oh my gosh, it is. Was that an accident? No.
Actually, I don't think so. I feel like most of your stuff is purple, so I don't think it was much of an accident.
Hey, those are also incredibly inexpensive, and they're so cool. And now, it used to be you'd get them out of Grolsch beer bottles. Did you know that? So the original strap block was just called like a rubber washer, and it was literally the red piece of plastic. In some fancy restaurants, you get that big thing of water, and it's got the like kind of the, right? Well, there was beer that had a little red thing, right? And so you could buy the beer, you polish off the brewski, you get yourself a strap lock. Now companies have caught on. You can just buy them without the beer if you so choose. Strap blocks. I'm telling you, I love them. I've got them in a bunch of different colors. Incredible. Okay.
I second that 100%. That is officially ranked number 1 with the 1/4-inch.
Okay, you're into
plug
it.
thing. Yeah,
you're into
number
it.
2.
All right, I'm going to keep going. I've got a few more things. And look, you guys, so far, all this stuff is so cheap. This is stocking stuffer stuff, right? It's amazing. Check it out. The next thing, pack of picks. Look, listen, the bass player in your life isn't playing with a pick. Maybe they want some other options. My favorite, and I feel like Sharon's been using these too, is Dunlop Gator grips.
Mm-hmm.
You into it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. My favorite is a 0.96 millimeter. It is an amazing pick. I try other picks. I always come back to this. Does it have my name on the back? Oh, weird flex, but it does. It does. Now, not the one that you buy. Don't worry. You won't have to have my name on the one that you buy. Also, again, this does not benefit me in any way. I love the Dunlop picks. You got a gauge that you like, Shaz?
Honestly, I think I've been using the really, really thick one. I'm trying to find where it is. Oh, yeah. The Rock. I call it the Rock. It's 2 millimeter.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You like that one.
I've really been liking it, but I think it's because I'm not used to playing with a pick, and it gives me more security. It feels more stable.
Yes, they definitely, like a big one feels definitely more stable.
Yeah, so the more I do it, I've been slowly going down to the 1.5, and then but I got a variety pack off of Amazon for like $12.
Get that variety pack
at all. It was 2 of each because they know that I lose everything. I think these are the only 3 that I still have. It was a pack of 12.
That's perfect. Get the variety pack. I love that you've lost so many of them.
They're somewhere.
You just don't even know what seg that you just did. This is incredible. Segue into the next rec on the list.
Oh my God.
Is a pick holder.
Now,
let me tell you, this is from McPherson Goods. This is all leather,
1.
and it's like stitched, and it's beautiful, and it has like a little brass key ring. Check this out. You can put, how many picks can you put in here, Ian? I don't know. I'd say like, I feel like I'm on QVC, like limited edition. Look at the stitching on this. This is absolutely beautiful. Now, how many of these do we have? They're going fast. They are going fast. We had 50 of them. Now it's down to 25. I think they have plenty of them. You can get these at McPherson Goods. He is Scott McPherson, Minneapolis guy, friend of mine. But again, this benefits me in no way other than I think he makes an amazing product. This is for sure the coolest pick holder I've ever seen.
Looks very cool.
Yeah, it's dope, right? And he makes them in black and brown. And you put your picks in there, Shaz. You know what I'm saying? You put them in there.
Like a cowboy who hung up his hat and his gun, and he went for the pick holster instead.
It does. It definitely does have that vibe a little bit. But you know, your boy's from Montana, so it's that like tracks. That's on brand for me. Are you ready for the next one that I have been annoyingly clicking throughout the episode, realizing I'm an idiot. Are you new, Ian? I've been clicking this thing. It's because it feels like I'm just on a phone call with an old friend, Shaz, instead of doing a professional podcast.
I'm trying to think what clicks.
Yeah, what clicks? Huh. I wonder what you're going to think of this, but this to me is clutch. Are you ready? Is your phone ringing?
Yes, it is. What is that?
This
oh my
is
God,
a fingernail clipper.
Oh, you know, that actually makes sense. Yes. I click this all the time.
Yes, but listen, this is not just any old fingernail clipper. No. This is the stainless steel, made in Japan, Green Bell. Say that again. This is the stainless steel, made in Japan, Green Bell fingernail trimmer. And let me tell you something. It is sharp. It's going to do the job. It's got a nice weight. I mean, you lift up this lever. Oh, are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at just how lovely this is. Oh, you're not even looking.
Or you could just go, small, basic.
Yeah, but come on. Look at this. Look at this thing. Oh, it's just, I mean, you got to get down there and do your toes too. Oh, this is going to be just fine for that. It's TMI time, but it's all good. Also, there's a file right on the top.
Now that's
pretty badass, right?
That wins. Yes.
Just want to show you. Just look at the construction. Oh my God.
It's very, very nice.
It's very aesthetically pleasing. Okay, seriously, like I've gone through this thing. It's probably when I turned 40. I was like, I've just been buying crap for myself. Just the crappiest toothbrush, just crappy socks, crap, everything. And then I was like, I turned 40 and I was like, oh, I think it's time to buy the things that I use all the time. I want to invest in something nice. If you get this for your bass player or for yourself, every time you use it, you're going to think to yourself, thanks, me, or thanks, person that got this for me. It's amazing. It's on Amazon. Again, Green Bell. Fantastic product.
I agree with the need and the urgency of having one and recommending this.
Yes.
I am not sure how anyone would feel
about
receiving a gift that is a nail clipper. It's like, hey man, your nails are too damn long. Here.
I just had, I'm telling you, okay, well, maybe you're right. And that's why you're here, Sharon, because you are the barometer. Maybe the stuff I'm recommending is so weird, but I'm telling you right now, yeah, you're going to go watch all those other buyer's guides, everybody. You're going to watch all those other buyer's guides and they're going to be like, Planet Waves cable. And they're going to be like, yeah, guitar stand. No, I'm hitting you with the real shit right now. That real shit. And part of that is a nail trimmer. It is, dude. It just is. Okay. Yeah. Edit that out. Edit out her saying no. All right. Hey, okay. We talked about the strap blocks. I also have to say, this is like duh, but yes, a strap. Okay.
First of all, nail clipper rank 7.
I'm telling you, in the comments, you guys, if you watch this on YouTube, let me know in the comments, would you like to get a nail clipper or would you be pissed if somebody got that for you? I personally, if it was like a nice piece of machinery
Wait. Oh. You have to give them one more option, which is just plain out confused. It can't just be, oh yeah, a nail clipper, or oh hell you, a nail clipper. There is the clear option of why the frack a nail clipper. Don't you
think though that there would be an explanation on Christmas morning or whatever, right? There would be some explanation. No?
Imagine you give this list to, I don't know, Lisa, and she goes to Scott on Christmas, and she, with no context whatsoever, goes, hey babe, nail.
Well, yeah, but couldn't you make the same argument for all of these stereotypical gifts that men typically buy for women, like soap and lotion and chapstick? And you know what I'm saying? It's all like hygiene products.
Okay, massive digression here. I have only once received ever in my life such products, and it was from my partner's mom, which made sense because she was like, ooh, I want to give her
the spa
something
vibe.
For exactly.
Yeah.
And that one was like, oh yeah, and PT Dub, that shit was amazing.
Was it nice? Yes.
It was very nice.
Okay.
Very good stuff. I have never received those things, and I usually also would not want to receive those things. So if you are receiving those things, it is because you are not portraying yourself correctly in order to receive the things that you actually want and need. I think if you're getting things that you don't want,
that's on you.
There's a little bit of portrayal issue on who you are deep inside and what you show to people, because just like, I'm a girl, I never get lotions. I always get what do you
get, Sharon? What do you get? Oh, you can't say? Okay.
I got so many cool gifts this year. Okay, I got, and they might all be here maybe. I don't know. I got a harmonica for my birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I got, and this is actually really funny because on the last podcast, we were talking about my horrible phone. I don't know if you remember, and how I really want an iPhone. I got an iPhone for my birthday from my sister.
Oh, that is sick. But that's a spendy. I mean,
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
So
What?
I'm here talking about sheet metal plugs.
Hey, the harmonica was like $15. Okay, that's like low level. And then talk about cheap. Are you ready for this?
I am
Are you
ready.
ready for this?
I am. I'm
My
ready.
artist friend, very very good friend, gave me. So he's an artist and he draws like cutesy horror drawings.
Yes,
That's like his
cool.
niche. It's very badass, very cool. And he made a cutesy horror drawing of Jerry.
Oh, that's so cool. That's
just saying,
cool.
guys,
Personal.
I feel like all of
Personal
these could have
gift.
been lotion, and they weren't.
You're saying that if you're getting a bunch of gifts that you don't like, it's your own damn fault.
Yes.
Basically.
Or find better friends.
Yeah. And I like that. Hey, it's more than you bargained for today on the SBL podcast. It's more than just a buyer's guide. It's life lesson. You're the problem. It's you. You're the problem. Amazing.
Pitching some Taylor Swift songs here on the podcast as well. Hey, it's me.
Yeah, for sure. It's everywhere. Do you know that, another quick digression, do you know that I have a friend, Jeremy Messersmith, who is married to a woman named Kenza, and she is a Swiftie hardcore, and Jeremy was not, like, before he married this woman. And he texts his band, and I'm a part of his band. There's a group text where he texts the time of day that Taylor Swift comes up as a reference. Either, see it on your phone, or your partner is humming a melody, or your partner says, oh, did you know that Taylor's song, is actually about Game of Thrones? Whatever it is, the reference, yeah, look what you made me do. It's about Arya Stark's journey. That's another aside. Anyway, I'm going to just let that blow up in your mind for a moment. And the times are alarmingly early. Like, he'll text the band at like 6:43 a.m. and be like, she's humming Bad Blood while brushing her teeth. It's incredible. It's exactly.
Yeah, I feel like it's a singable. Yeah.
It's so pervasive in the culture, at least in the States. Scott said it's not so much in the UK.
Yeah.
But I think that might be because maybe he's living under a rock. I don't know.
Also,
maybe.
his kids listen to Dream Theater. Clearly wrong, household.
Yeah. I do love that Story's way into Dream Theater. That's so cool. Hey, all right. Hey, check it out. Next on the list, duh. Yeah, you want it. You love it. You need it. A strap.
Yeah,
now,
I can't argue with that.
Yeah, you can't argue with it. And look, are there fancy leather straps out there? Yes. Now, this is all about know thy bass player, know thyself, know thy partner. Here's the deal. I am a seatbelt strap guy because I don't like a strap that's sticky. I don't like a strap that stays put in one place. It feels like it. Then if I move it, it moves my shirt. And I hate that feeling. For me, I love seatbelt material as a strap because then I feel like once I get it in a spot, I can move the bass down. I can put it up. It feels, I don't know, just super comfortable to me. And I don't mind that, I don't play super heavy basses. Shaz, I think you might play some monster heavy ones that require maybe more surface area of strap, maybe 3.5 inches, whatever. But this is the classic 2-inch. I think it's just 2 seatbelt by Couch. And I will recommend Couch for this reason. They make really cool colors. They use I don't think they use any leather. That doesn't actually matter to me, but it's super sustainable. I like leather products too, but I think it's cool that they do that. They're into that. And then also, when I ordered a strap from them recently, it came with a drawing of Admiral Ackbar from Star Wars. And in a bubble that came up from Admiral Ackbar, he said, "It's a strap." And it cracked me up. Now, I don't know, maybe you don't get that reference, Shaz. Your sister would. Oh, Lydia would. Admiral Ackbar is notorious in Star Wars for saying it's a trap. There's a moment in Star Wars where Admiral Ackbar proclaims, who looks kind of like a big crustacean character, he proclaims, "It's a trap." Okay. And his voice kind of sounds like that. I think I do a decent Admiral Ackbar impression.
Is this in the movies or in
it's
one
in the
of
movies.
Oh, man,
it's in the
then
movies.
I should know it. I am sorry.
You should.
I am
Yeah.
very sorry. I've
I'm
seen
disappointed.
all of those movies multiple times.
I'm so disappointed.
I love them. I don't know how to quote them except
Our friendship
like,
is in question.
I have the higher ground. Something like that. That's all I remember.
It's over, Anakin. Oh my God. This could turn into a Star Wars podcast real fast. Hey, check it out. Couch strap. These are awesome. And the seatbelt straps are super affordable. And I love how they do like the riveting. They're just cool. They're cool. They're quality. I've got them in a bunch of different colors. I love this product. Okay. Next on the list. I've just got a couple more.
I'm not sure where my straps would go. I'm not. I like straps.
I do too.
I feel like odds are you'd have one already.
Yeah, but they're cool and they're personal.
It's not like priority.
And, also straps are tough though, because if you do like a thick, leather strap or something, and your partner gets you a seatbelt strap, and you're kind of like, oh, I'll never use this. So
I have a weird relationship with straps.
Yeah.
I used to do seatbelt straps because I would just my dad would get them for me or something, and that's just what I knew. I didn't even know there was a thick one.
Like nicer, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously the Warwick is super heavy, and the Warwick came with a thick strap.
Yep.
It just came with the strap that I'm still using today, and it was super comfortable. But I thought it was just because it's a heavy bass. But then I started seeing everyone at Berkeley when I got to Berkeley, like, oh, these like fancy big leather straps, and then I was like playing my 5-string with like a seatbelt strap, and I felt lesser.
Interesting.
And I was like, oh, I have a cheap little strap.
Right. Like you're like, oh, I'm driving a Geo Metro. You're like, oh, I'm not wearing a nice watch. It's like a status thing.
It was weird. And then ironically, I never actually got another strap, big strap for my 5-string. I stuck with it. I just felt weird. But then I mostly was playing the 6-string. And then the next leather strap I got was the SBL strap.
Yes, which is a really nice strap.
It is a very nice strap.
That is a really nice strap. I have one over here. I've got the old SBL strap they did it in two-tone for a while.
Yeah,
it's cool, right?
Yes,
it's cool.
Yes, cool.
And I have this with strap locks on it because I have a couple basses that don't have strap buttons. They have recessed jacks. Smith, actually, they're both Ken Smiths. So I use this if I'm going to play that. Here's the thing. I love two-tone, like black and brown together. I actually think it like black and tan together is super cool to me because it reminds me of where I'm from. But I have had the opposite. So you show up with the seatbelt strap and you're like, oh, I'm lesser than. For me, I went through a phase in my life where I really liked this kind of thing. But then what it started to speak to me was like bass nerd. And I mean, look, I'm a bass nerd. I am big time, but it kind of started to speak like boutique-y coffee table basses. And, so when I played a Fender, it always felt kind of odd, or like a Hofner or something. It felt very strange to be rocking like a wide kind of like, if you've got a bass made out of Babinga, like this is the strap for you. But if you've got like a beat up Sunburst Fender Jazz,
what about the like thinner leather straps that are like the width of...
Yeah, there's definitely cool stuff out there. I think, okay, if we're going down this road, I've got one more for you. Check this out. This is also, so if I do a leather strap, I'm this guy, and this is this is like a vibe, right? So if you're just listening to the pod, I'm holding up the classic, like, it's like a strap that you would have maybe got in the 50s. It has sort of like one section of leather pad and then a super thin strap that goes through the pad. The pad goes over your shoulder, right? And then you kind of see some of the hardware, the buckle, right? I think this is actually made too by my friend Scott McPherson at McPherson Goods. They're really cool. I mean, they're such a cool vibe if you like this kind of thing. But I find too that again, yeah, you like this, Shaz?
Yeah, it's number cool. One now for me.
This is cool. This is also McPherson Goods. And they're really cool. They're sort of like a strap that you might have on a fancy bag too, or something. But for me, again, I don't use it a lot because I want motion. I guess, I don't know, some of the live gigs I play, like with Eric Hutchinson, I'm running out to the front of the stage, taking a solo, and I don't want the bass to be stationary. I want to be able to like put it behind my back. I want to be able, like, it needs to have motion. I'm not spinning it or anything, but I move it a lot. And then I want seatbelt for that. But that's a weird gig. Or like, it's a really fun gig, but it's not ordinary.
Yeah, it's very not bassist.
Yes, it's
normal
not
bassist
ordinary.
role. Yeah.
Lot of straps out there. I mean, hey, and even if you just get the bass player in your life a strap and maybe they don't love it, they're still like, hey, you're trying. So that's cool.
Also, they'll probably use it at one point.
Yep.
Because they can't find the one that they usually use, and they're like
Yeah.
stressed, and they're like,
Yeah.
and then they just grab it and run.
Yes, or it might be like a cool vibe for another bass they get down the road, or whatever. Who knows?
Or background hanging situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. All right, couple more things. Check this out. Next on the list is one of my favorite travel accessories of all times. This is a bag it's an accessory bag made by Tackle. McPherson Goods, the same, used to be Tackle. Now they're called McPherson Goods. Tackle makes drum stuff, right? They make like cymbal bags and stick bags, but then they made this travel pouch and I love it. I love the zipper. I love the waxed canvas and leather. And also they stencil your frickin' name on it if you want them to. And then they give you the stencil.
Is this like your bass accessories bag?
Yes. So
I love those.
It's so awesome. So you've got just this super rugged canvas bag. I fly with this. This is like typically in my bag. I grab it out for a carry-on. So, on a plane, I've got charger, snacks, picks, chapstick, gum, whatever it is, right? Battery. But if you're on a gig, you can put cables in here. It's a good size for not like a lot of really long cables, but you can get cables in there. You can get a pack of strings. Like if you carry extra strings and a winder and that kind of thing, right? They can absolutely fit in here. It's a cool flat square shape. So I just find that it's really, I don't know. It's like far more useful to me than like a DOP kit or something that's like kind of like fat and low.
Yeah.
This profile seems to like slide into bags really easily. And these I think are relatively like for the materials that they use, it's like leather side. And then I think even the new version that he does has a leather bottom and the really nice wax canvas. I think they're like $40, which to me, I would pay more money for this product. I think it's so awesome. It's like a brass zipper. They're so sick. So McPherson Goods all day long. They're the same company that did the pick holder and that did the strap, the kind of old school cowboy strap that I showed you. They also make, this isn't a recommend because this is expensive, but they do make bags that are just incredible. Like
it's that same company.
Yeah, this is McPherson.
Yeah, you've told me about them.
They're so good. So this is like the same canvas and leather, and they just put it in like a classic sort of like school JanSport backpack, but it's elevated, and it has like the train conductor fabric on the inside. It's badass. If you need a backpack, and check out the like simple leather straps with like the cool brass rivets. Yeah, I guess I'm recommending this too. This is definitely beyond the price of what I was thinking for this, but I think these are like $250, but still, like I think an incredible deal. They're awesome. And Scott McPherson himself is just coolest dude, great drummer. I think plays with Elliott Smith. Like he's like a real, he's like a cat, He's a player and he understands the gear. And I couldn't be more happy to like support his stuff and buy his stuff. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to pop down to his shop and buy a bunch of accessory bags for gifts for folks. So I'm pumped about that. Okay. We're getting close. Couple more things. Sharon, you still with me?
Got my list.
Yeah, it's a pack of strings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's duh, right? It's duh. Now, the reason I'm recommending the Dunlop strings is because now they did send me these strings a while back. They sent me out a bunch of strings to try, and I had never really been on board with Dunlop. I just hadn't tried them, and I got really into them. So I've played their super bright nickels for a long time. This is a hybrid string that's like a hybrid between stainless steel and nickel. They're awesome. They're awesome. And it's funny. I was like, are they awesome or am I just used to them? And then I went back to another string brand that I was really into and found that I really prefer these way more than the ones that I used to like. And that was really interesting. And they're not terribly expensive. Yeah, they're not terribly expensive. Dash is popping in real quick. Dash,
Hi.
You want to say a quick hi? Look, Sharon's on.
Hi, Dash.
What's up, dude?
Just so you know, the Thanksgiving thing is on.
Thank you. I will be out shortly.
Shortly.
Soon.
We're
Head
wrapping
out there.
up.
I'll be out soon, buddy. Thank you, Dash. Dash is like, Dad, quit this podcast thing.
You gotta go.
It's time to come hang.
It's like, listen, man, Mom's already pissed from this morning.
God, it's like the
Don't.
Thanksgiving. Here we are on Thanksgiving, just working up a storm. We're trying to bring you the gifts that you need to get the bass player in your life. I just have a couple more. So we got the Dunlop strings. We're all good there. Hey, just 2 categories left. The next one is, I'm going to start here. The next one is cables. Now look, a cable, everybody needs them. And you cannot do wrong with getting your bass player or yourself a new cable. There are 3 companies. Oh, yeah. Okay. What do you think? What do you say?
Unless you get them the wrong cable. We had an experience at one point with wrong cables. I will not name any names.
Yes. Oh, we did. Well, that was the wrong type of cable entirely.
But that's what I'm
that
saying.
Was insane.
But imagine you have someone who has no idea about cables, and they just seen them, and they're like, "Yeah, that looks like a 1/4-inch thing that they shove in their bass all the time."
And it's a TRS cable, and now the whole session is ruined forever. Yeah. Oh my God! Yes, I remember that. And that is traumatizing.
Yes, it is. That's why I was like, alert.
Hey, so this cable, I'm gonna actually recommend 3 different companies, and for 3 different reasons. Check it out. This is made by Xbass, so XBASS. It is a friend of mine named Dave Lowe, and again, Dave Lowe does not pay me to say this, but these are amazing. And Dave's cables are really inexpensive, and he gets a lot of different things. So he can build you a cable with a certain brand of cable that you like, or a certain kind of jacket that you like, or any kind of plugs. If you have a real specific desire in mind, Dave can build it. He will build it. His brand is more about like width, and he can build anything than it is about like, he only builds one kind of aesthetic thing, right? Case in point, I went over and hung out with Dave and was hanging out with him, and he made me the most amazing IEC power cable that exists on planet Earth. It's braided. First of all, do you see this?
Nice.
It has a right angle, insane connector here, and it has a hospital grade plug on the other side that like goes like this, like into the wall. I mean, I'm talking like, and you're like, oh, damn. And I feel like maybe there's like a little light in it or something too. Like when it plugs in, it's like lights up a little bit. I might be wrong about that. Also, this like makes a satisfying click into your IEC. But like, this is a very specialized thing. But if you're out there and you're like, oh my God, I would love that. Like I'm one of those kind of guys that goes into a hospital and, like, okay, I have a child being born, and I'm looking at all the IECs. I'm like, oh, damn. Hospitals have the dopest cables. So that's what this is. That's Xbass. So again, the width of product, it's really wide and it's very reasonably priced. Hit up Xbass. Next on the list would be the next like least expensive, I believe, would be Caulfield. And it's actually the cable I'm using right now. Caulfield cables. It's a family-run business, I believe, in California. Asher is the guy that I interface with there, and they're beautiful. And he, I believe, doesn't give there's not like a huge wide variety of cable brands. So I think he uses Somer cables, and Asher, I'm so sorry if you watch this, you might be like, that's incorrect. But I don't think it's like, hey, you can pick Megami or Monster or, not that you can with a lot of companies anyway, but Dave's Xbass company is more like that. This, you're choosing colors, you're choosing ends. It's more about aesthetic and quality, but this cable is super low capacitance, meaning that it sounds very full and bright in the high end. But not artificially bright. It's beautiful. Like, I like this cable so much. I take it with me and plug in to things with it. And I'm like, oh, and then sometimes I'll plug in with another cable and I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm missing that thing that I get with this cable. They're not cheap, but they're not crazy expensive. And then the last option. So that's Caulfield, Caul, Field. Okay, last one. These are so dope. This is made by Ray Decker, and his stuff is expensive. And I think he uses Megami cable, which is awesome. But then he does these cool things, like he has these hand painted wood ends. So this, like Laura Bennett, who's an amazing artist, she used to paint for Zvex. She painted this end, right? And then he's got cool jackets, and he can make you any other end that you want. Check this one out from Ray Decker. His name is Ben, but his company is called Ray
like
Decker.
A snake.
Yeah, it's cool, right? It's kind of like a Christmas snake. And then these ends are amazing. They're like walnut.
Oh,
so,
very nice.
like when you grab the cable, there's something tactile about like grabbing this piece of hardware versus just the kind of standard thing, like plugging this straight jack into something. It just feels kind of
stable.
Yeah. And kind of like considered and remarkable in a way that, other cables maybe feel a little more utilitarian. Now, that said, you're going to pay for this. These are not cheap. I think these are like over $100 for the cable, but what a cool gift, right? Like you're looking for that like $100 gift, you
could, instead of Christmas decorations, you could totally hang that and see if they notice, and then be like, ha, psych, your gift is not under the tree, it's on the tree.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. And I think I'm pretty close. There's a few other things that I've got sitting here, but I don't know. They're a little more esoteric, and I want to keep this on the budget side. I will show you. I think I'll just show you. I'll show you this. Maybe just two more things, Sharon. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Two more things. You
should ask Dash, not me.
I know, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll get out there to that Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade. The Nordy Mute. Have you ever played with one of these?
I have not played with one of these, but I have edited a bunch of videos of you guys playing with them. I'm very jealous.
They're very cool. This brand, this is so Nordstrand makes these. Shout out to Carrie, super cool. Basically, you put this on your bass, right? I'll show you. You put it on your bass back by your bridge, and instead of then using your palm to mute or having foam that you stuff under the strings, this becomes your mute. And look how like sleek and cool looking
very
it is.
Nice.
It's very cool.
It's like
makes it in different finishes. Yeah, it's cool. It's aesthetically considered. There's another brand out there too called Nino Mute that I think does some really interesting things. Like they consider even like how the foam is cut, and they're a little more like, I think they're a little less aesthetically pleasing, but their function might be better for you. But I have loved this. I've used it a lot. It's always in my little like accessory bag when I go to sessions, and I've used it a lot. It's very cool. And then the last thing, this breaks the budget a little bit, but let me just say, I think getting a new pedal is exciting. Getting a pedal is so exciting, and there are so many out there. And I was like, oh, what pedal should I recommend? And like, what small manufacturer should I hit people to? But I just kept going back to this because maybe it sparks like childhood or like teenage excitement. But I like a Boss pedal. There's so many pedals, but Boss makes some of the most like rugged, beautiful, classic designs. I'm holding up right now the Dimension C Waza. Now this is an expensive pedal. These are probably $250, $300. They make pedals that are cheaper, but it's gorgeous. This is a chorus pedal. It's elegant. It has these cool like buttons.
Yeah. Ooh, ASMR.
And this is just a wonderful pedal, and the packaging is cool, and just like how they consider the aesthetic. But Boss pedals I think are just like a super safe bet. Now, not every Boss pedal, God, that's a whole nother podcast of like, but not the just classic guitar distortion pedal. That won't be great for your bass, but any octave pedal, I've already held this one up, but right. Like the OC, this is an OC3, but now they make an OC5, the brown Boss octave of the day is excellent. I think this chorus pedal is amazing. I also have this one here, the Space Echo, not super, it's not always used on bass, but it's so awesome on bass. If the bass player in your life, I need my brush on this. I need to dust it off. If the bass player in your life likes Tame Impala or kind of more like indie rock vibes, this is an amazing choice. It does this cool kind of gritty, like slap back texture. So cool. Great with a pick. Anyway, I think the Boss pedal is just a super solid investment and a solid gift idea as well.
I agree.
That was a lot of talking. But guess what? Not a lot of shilling, because none of this benefits me. It only benefits you, dear podcast listener. Shaz, you got a ranking for me?
I do. I'm trying to figure out where to put the pedals, though.
Yeah, where are you going to put that pedal?
I feel like this is very me.
It's okay. It should be you. I want it to be you.
Here we go. All right. I think I'm going to go pedal first.
Okay. Ooh, pedal number 1.
Pedal number 1, just because in a weird way, you can never have too many pedals.
I know.
I feel like you can't really go wrong with the pedal. Exactly. You really can't go wrong. Whoever you give a pedal to, they will be happy.
I know. And you can also put it on a shelf and be a nerd like me.
Yes.
They're also
absolutely.
decorative.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So, pedal number 2, and this is now 100% me. The bag, the McPherson bag.
Yes, the accessory bag.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love accessory bags
Same.
in general. I feel like I always get one. I get them a lot because I'm trying to find the one, so I'm always like on the lookout for one that works better. And you pitched it nicely. I might try it. Let's see.
Thank you. They're amazing.
Next, the strap.
Okay.
But only the McPherson strap. I do think that in general, I have straps lower down on the list, I think. But that one,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's got a great vibe. Yep.
I do think, usually in bags, when it has that like half strap thingy, it starts to annoy me after a while.
Yes. Yeah.
So I want to try it, but the thought of it is very nice, and I might just hang it for aesthetics. Yeah,
it's cool. And if you're a bass player that likes to have your instrument in one position and you're not running around a stage like an idiot, like I am a lot of times, I think that strap could work really well.
Yeah, it's a nice strap.
Yep.
Just aesthetically beautiful. Then the cables. I think.
Yes.
Any variety of the cables. But I really like the X-Bass cables that you pitched.
Yeah, they're great. They're really nice.
Pick holder. That was, for the longest time, it was actually the number 1.
Come on. McPherson coming in clutch today with all this cool stuff.
Yep. Absolutely. That's it. That was the top 5. Now we've got strap locks. 1/4-inch strings, strap, picks, microfiber, the tone brush, and then lo and behold, at the very end, the nail clipper.
Damn. Oh, the poor nail clipper. Listen, Greenbell, stainless steel Japanese nail clipper. I love you forever, no matter what Sharon says. I got to tell you, well, hey, fun. Thank you for, we were going to move into this whole other segment, and there is no time.
No,
we're going to keep it to this.
To turkeys.
But it was so fun. Yeah, it was so fun. We're gonna get out to Thanksgiving with our peeps and hang out. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Sharon, thanks for doing this episode. I have to say that I am very grateful for you.
Oh.
I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful
for you as well.
I'm thankful for you.
I was telling my friend yesterday, I was setting up all the stuff at like midnight. And I was on a call, and I was like, Ian has changed my life.
Aww.
So I am very excited to be spending the morning of Thanksgiving talking to you.
Oh, well, so nice. And likewise. I said this on, on Slack, but I want to say it here too, that you have totally made me a better content creator. You have made me a better bass player. You make me a better human being. And I appreciate you. I love spending time with you. I like working with you. I love that we get to do these podcast episodes together. Happy frickin' birthday and happy Thanksgiving. And to everybody that listens, this podcast brings me a lot of life. Typically, I'm doing this with Scott, but it's so fun to shake it up, do an episode with Sharon, do an interview. So thank you guys so much for listening. And just to let you know, we might be thinking about transitioning the podcast in large over to the main channel. We've been thinking about it. It's on our minds.
Hint, hint, hint.
We have been wondering. So if you would like to see this whole thing get uploaded, upgraded, the production bumped up a notch and doing it over on the main channel, let us know. Or let us know if you just want to keep it small and on its own channel. I hope not many of you want that. But I get it too, if you do. Listen, it's so fun to do this. Thank you. Grateful for all of you. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays to everybody. And we will see you in the next episode.